What's up, guys? Welcome back to another beautiful episode or slash interview. Interview 63. I got the one and only Lay Wills.
What's up? What's up?
And if you guys, oh, thank you for coming out.
Of course.
If you guys know me, you know how fast I'm moving and like my brain. So it took me a minute to like, learn her name, but there was a reason for that. Big shout out to Crave Visions for connecting us and putting us together. And I'm excited because she probably knew what she was walking into. But I didn't know what I was walking into. Ooh. And it's an honor to be able to meet you seriously because we did follow each other like a month ago or so, and we kind of like liked each other's stuff. And I was like, yo, you are hard. Like you have that energy that like, especially in Charleston, nobody has. And for a female like that, I'm not trying to be in that, category, but that's real. Like you are shining right now, and I think a lot of people know who you are in Charleston. And in LA, because we're going to talk about that. So where are you from?
I'm from Charleston, but yeah, now I live in LA.
Okay, so what part of Charleston? Like where did you originate?
I grew up downtown. Okay, so don't fuck with me.
Okay, don't mess with her now.
But
hey.
No, wait, can we curse?
Yeah, you can. But,
okay, don't mess with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. As far as high school and everything, like by then my family moved to Goose Creek, so shout out to Stratford because that's my alum and everything.
Is this something you love? Like, is this something you go to LA with the energy of like I'm from Charleston, or you try not to talk about that?
Oh yeah, no. Every interview, every stage, every performance, every movie set I'm on, they're like, oh yeah, where are you from? I'm from Charleston.
From Charleston.
It come out, it just rolls out.
What kind of reactions do you get though?
Like, from saying I'm from Charleston, they be like, oh, okay, like, what's Charleston like? You know? And then I just go on a whole ramble of all the things that we got going on down here.
No, and I'm curious because, like, not many people move from Charleston. You know what I mean? It's really rare for you to be able to say you go to you live in LA. It's kind of like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Compared to if you lived in LA, they're like, oh, you live here too? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't even care. Like, yo, you performing tonight? How do you feel about that? Like, do you love LA more than Charleston?
Oh, hell no.
No.
I would never love any other place more than Charleston. I do appreciate the freedom that LA has. Yeah. Like, you can literally go out there and do whatever it is that you want to do and get results.
Maybe that's a big thing that South Carolina needs to wake up on. But we're getting kind of further into it. I just wanted to talk about, how the difference real quick while we were talking. Yeah. But what elementary school did you go to?
Oh my gosh. I went to James Simmons Elementary. You about to take me all the way back.
That's what we do. Because I don't know if you know. I really try to start off with who you really are, and then the next time we bring you back, then we're talking about your singles. You're talking about how you make your music.
Yes, I'm ready to go back.
You said You said James, what was it?
James Simmons.
I've never heard that. That's cool.
Right in downtown Charleston.
Right in the center by Citadel and stuff?
yeah, not too far from there.
Okay, that's cool. So is there anything you remember from elementary school that you could like vividly remember?
Yes, that I was bad as hell.
You were bad?
I was so bad. Oh my gosh.
Did that like transform into middle school too?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it just carried.
Yes, it did. High school, I started getting it together, because I got like really active with like sports and clubs and everything like that. But prior to that, when I didn't have anything to do to keep me busy, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can imagine. You were downtown for middle school too?
No. By then, I started moving further up.
Wow. So what Cario or?
No. Let's see. By the time I was in middle school, I forgot. I went to the art school, so I went to Rawlings.
Oh wow!
Yeah, middle school.
I tried to audition for there so many times, and my mom was like, "Yeah, no, you can't do it."
Let me match you with that. So after Rawlings, I really wanted to go to the School of the Arts.
Oh wow!
Those folks were so intentional about the area code that you lived in, that they were only accepting people in Charleston County. I had all the credentials, the grades. I was very well involved in theater and everything that was needed to get into that program. Like, y'all still to this day should have put me in that program, but no, because I did not live in Charleston County, I could not transfer.
That's insane.
I was so mad because I was heavy in theater. Like, what? I would have cut up in that school.
So what happened after that? Did they fuel you up more, or were you not able to get the fuel like that because you're young? So
no, I feel like I just went to Stratford and just did as much as I can there with their theater department, so it still worked out because I did a lot of plays and stuff year round, and ended up being the president of my class and everything like that.
Wow.
I found ways to keep myself busy.
Do you want to talk about what class did you graduate from?
Yeah, so like I said, it was Stratford, and shout out to them. It was dope, but it was one of those schools where everybody had their pockets. And so it's just kind of like you find your group of people that you stick with all the way up until graduation.
Especially lunchtime. I went there too. I graduated from there. So
okay,
like,
so you understand, you feel it. So yeah, like I feel like, you know, I was just one of those people, however, that I just didn't stay in one group.
Right.
I would be in this group for this club or this group for that club and then eat lunch with these people today and switch the next day. I was all over the place.
Did you graduate from there though?
Yeah.
What class are you in?
From Stratford?
Yeah.
2012.
Okay, that's cool. Because a lot of people can like watch this and be like, yo, I went to school with that girl.
I'm here, y'all.
That's cool. So after, you know, graduate, what was after that? Is that when the music career and the passion for it came out?
No, I ain't started doing music. So music started for me in college, but I wasn't even like a rapper. It was just like some of my homies back then like convinced me to just like do some freestyle ciphers that they were having back then. Right. And so I would do that like once a year. Just get with the boys, do a little freestyle, that would come out, and then that was it. I did not start rapping until a couple years ago.
Yeah. So like when, like, not saying, I know you kind of just said it, but what made you get the energy though? Like what made you keep going? Like
realizing I made a song on accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the name of the song?
Snacks. That's my first single that's out here. Yeah, it's still hot. It's still fire.
Snacks.
But yeah, just fooling around like with some homeboys who made beats. Yeah. And before you know it, I had a freestyle that was like a whole song. And at that moment, they was like, we need to take this song right now to the studio because it's a hit. And that was my first time ever going to a studio. First time like on a professional microphone. It was in Charlotte. Okay, so
that's a big difference. I was going to ask though, like, how do you feel about that? Like, do you think that's something that should be more common, that like a girl should be able to hang around a bunch of dudes, and not like dudes, but you know, producers, top tier people, and still make that heat? Because some girls feel like they can't do that. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
It makes sense. No, it makes a lot of sense. So let's talk about that.
How do you feel about that?
I do not agree with that.
Some people don't talk about that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times you never actually hear that, especially in Charleston, a female working with a bunch of dudes and stuff like that and getting it going.
I feel like, honestly, that's where my aggressive energy comes from.
Yeah, that's where I was trying to lead. Yeah. So I'm sorry if I'm like not wording it right.
No, it sounds really like, I'm in the same like ball field of where you are, and
because imagine if you were with a bunch of females, which is not common, and they don't know how to rap. They don't know how to get the flow going. They don't know where the studio is. I'm not saying they don't, but it's like it's less common around here. So how do you feel about that? Like it's like being a sore thumb.
Right. I just feel like if it's something that you're truly passionate, you're gonna find it, or it's gonna find you if it's meant for you. You know, like I didn't even set out to rap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But because it was just something that was in me, that aggressive energy's always been in me. You know, and just the ability to put words together and rhyme and just tell stories, like everything that I was supposed to meet found me on its own, you know, and I went looking for it. So if it's not around you, it sounds like you might need to lane switch. Yeah.
So what would you suggest to other females that would try to figure out how to get into rap? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean,
what are some suggestions?
I would say if they're struggling, it depends on what they're struggling with. Because if they're struggling with the energy, that's something that, you know, you could work with just by going to the studio and like stretching that muscle more. You know what I'm saying? But if they're struggling with something as simple as like writing or just coming up with bars and stuff like that, I mean,
comfort, because that's what that's what I was trying to talk about before, is just even being comfortable in certain situations, because people don't feel comfortable like that all the time.
I just feel like, I mean, just because I'm an actress first, I was acting for years before I started rapping, I feel like there's nothing wrong with training. There's nothing wrong with preparation. If there is something that you're lacking in your craft, you better get somebody to help you, or you're going to just like keep falling by the wayside.
YouTube. I mean, that's why they call it YouTube University, because I know camera people and stuff are not the only ones who use YouTube. Yeah, everybody uses YouTube.
You better.
So just got to get out and do it. So what are some of the songs that you've made collabing with some people? Or like, I know you made a song with Low Country. I don't know if we want to talk about that.
Yeah, but like, it's still in the cut. We can't give it to y'all
not
yet,
like that, but just the collaboration wise, because his energy is insane. Like he's traveling. So how do you have any other people?
I think that's why we were able to work together and match each other on the track, is because just as much as he travels, I travels. Just as much as he's seen, I've seen. And so just coming, you know, to a collaboration with such open mindsets and energy. Yeah, it was huge. Like the moment we got in the studio, we like.
I bring him up all the time because he deserves his flowers.
Oh, for sure. Let's clap it up for him because he's doing his damn thing.
My dog is really it. But that's people that you need to collaborate with.
For sure.
Do you have any people in mind that you want to collab with?
Well, another one I have collabed with, Mac Sauce, who I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but he's in Atlanta as well. And he's just another person that just has high energy all the time. He's crazy
like
on
aggressive?
Instagram. Aggressive, playful, fun for the kids, but he's saying some crazy stuff. But you know, just like fun, wild beats with a lot of instruments and just noise. And so we were able to come up with a track called Step Out, Step Off, that's already out. Right. And it just has all that energy from the moment you press play on it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I like a lot of energy on a track, man.
And I was gonna ask, how do you find people like that? Like, is it just something like everything happens for a reason, or do you look for these people?
Yeah.
Have you ever dug and looked into somebody and been like, wow, this person's actually what I thought they were, like producer wise, or even just a friend or something?
Yeah, I feel like Low Country was one of those people for me.
Definitely.
Because I had been watching him for a few years and just seeing all the stuff that he could do, and we had always talked about getting together. And then one day I was having a session. I'm like, we've been talking about getting, you know, a session together for the longest. Yo, I'm already at the studio. If you free, like, pull up.
Right.
And he sure did. And it was everything that I thought.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. His energy is unmatched.
Yeah.
I know I already kind of asked, but I don't think we answered it. But who would you want to work with, like, not on local wise, but just on a bigger scale?
Ooh, there's so much. Of course, J. Cole.
Oh, wow, that's cool. I could see that. That would be a great collab right there. That would be something. I feel like if you were to do a challenge or something of J. Cole's music, you could get his attention. J. Cole's coming for you.
Yeah.
No, I'm not lying. I think he would. Because he did collaborations with, like, Jid. And they have that like stick,
all of that,
like that beat type, you know. So that's cool.
Yeah.
And you go to Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
What is your favorite place to like go stay at, or even just to relax?
Well, luckily all my friends are still kind of there because from Winthrop, that's where I went to college.
Oh, you went to college in Winthrop. Okay.
So luckily I just got little safe havens all around the city.
Which is your favorite?
From different people, like at their houses.
State-wise,
is what I'm saying. Oh, state?
Yeah, like LA is your favorite.
No,
which one's your favorite? Charleston.
It's Charleston.
Where have you been? Like, what's the furthest place you've been?
I just actually got back from being in London for a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was that?
So crazy.
Did
I
you
love traveling.
Like
yes.
What was it like?
It is different. I think London actually the goon shit that's about to come out. I got a new track coming out, y'all. London inspired that because I really, while I was over there, was getting into their drill music.
They got drill music.
They got drill, and it's crazy.
So, do they have like open mic scenes and stuff
yes,
like that?
Yes, they do.
So you went to one?
So yeah, I had some like performances while I was out there. I'm also like in production, so I do a lot of film work and stuff.
Definitely.
So definitely shooting and stuff over there. Had a couple studio sessions over there. Like just understanding how they do things overseas versus what we do in America was like very
What is one of the most like eye-opening things you've noticed? Is it like the love they give, or is it like...
Yeah, it felt like LA.
Yeah.
It felt like LA. They're like, oh my god, you're a rapper, like I love music. And they love entertainment over there.
That's
so it's
awesome.
really, really cool. It's like no matter what your followers look like, no matter what you've done, no matter who you are, if you do anything in entertainment, you are like the greatest gem to them because it's not as common.
Yeah, it's probably hard there, and it's hard here in Charleston too. So like I do want to talk about college though. Like, is there something that you remember most in college? Like, did you find yourself more in college? Because some people go to college with the expectations of like one, either partying, or two, getting their degree.
Right.
So like, what lane were you kind of like following in? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be. See, I'd be too real sometimes.
No, ain't no such thing as being too real.
I know the college kids watching this are like, bruh, man, get this man off the camera. Because they're like, that's what I love to do.
Exactly.
But no, yeah, like...
for me,
what
honestly...
What did you go in?
I didn't want to be there.
Yeah,
the whole time. I was like, get me the hell out.
What were you doing for the degree? Like, what were you trying to
Man, I didn't want to go to school. My parents made me go to school because they just knew I was finna dive into this head first,
right,
as far as just the industry. And their whole thing always was, okay, we get it. You're talented. You can act. You can... Well, I wasn't doing music like that back then, but you can act. You can entertain. You can do all this stuff. Cool. Get a degree because we ain't finna pay none of your shit.
That's a fact.
So you better learn.
Where they're coming from.
Yeah, for sure. I respect it now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But in the moment, I'm like, why am I about to spend 4 years at this school doing something that I know I'm not finna do?
Facts. When you have a whole talent that you already kind of feel like you're about to tap into.
All of that.
No, but everything happens for a reason.
It does.
And it built you up now to where you're not saying anger. Shout out to your people. But it's like they made you an animal. Like they made you a humble animal. Which you can hear
and well-rounded. Like,
yeah.
Because everything I learned in school, like now I'm just excelling.
Which is your favorite? Like in the like, do you like acting? Do you like making music? Do you like networking more? Like, what is your favorite travel?
Know?
I really want to know.
Okay, so my favorite, and I just got into that little realm, and I'm just enjoying it. I am obsessed with placements.
Sync music. Wow. Okay.
So because I'm an actress and because I'm a rapper, just understanding what all goes into creating music for soundtracks and for films and television, a lot of people don't know. Right. But that is my favorite part.
Man, I'm gonna have to talk to you about something off the camera because I already see what the networking is. Because I'm a big fan of artists who kind of not only think about their music being in like a club or something like that, but a big fan of them being in movies.
That's
like you look at the Spider-Man verse or Spider-Verse that just came out, like the soundtrack, they have Metro Boomin, they have all these big people, and I bet you right now it's not about money in my thing. They're making more money and doing, you know, getting more attention off of movie stuff than trying to get that club banger or, you know what I'm saying?
I believe it, and I'm working firsthand with the budgets. I know it now. So it's just like, I mean, the radios is cool, the clubs is cool. I still love that too, but because I fell in love with storytelling first, just knowing that there's a bridge for both to make sense. Damn.
No, that's what I was just talking to my buddy Frank about off camera, bro. Is I know somebody who does like they break dance and stuff, and then they want to do this, but they don't know which one to balance. You got to put it together.
Yeah, that's what I figured out. Because so many interviews, people will be like, "Oh, do you like acting more? Do you like rapping?" Right. And for the longest, I'd be like, "Don't ask me that on camera, because I don't want them to think I'm not a serious rapper or I'm not a serious actress." Like, no, I love both.
I'll cut this part out, or I'll cut that. I'm just kidding. No, but I see what you're saying.
No. Now I know how to answer. Like, there ain't no do I like one more than the other. Like, no, like I like both because I found the way to make them both make sense, and that makes me. I'd be excited to answer that question now.
Like, genius. I love it. I never heard that, and it kind of opened me up now because I love doing a lot of different things. But like, wait
till you find the glue.
Oh man!
And everything that you're doing and make one big picture, bro. You can be looking in the mirror
right now. I'm using Play-Doh. That's all I got. Right now. I'm not using glue. Right now. I got Play-Doh, and it's okay.
You're still sticking for a little bit.
Literally, but it's cool. It's been beautiful. I think it's been great so far because, like, one, I'll kind of explain. I didn't expect to interview you today, so like, I think it turned out better than I thought it was because I didn't really know you. You know what I mean? And to bring people to life to who you are. I think when we rewatch this, it'll be like, wow, I know who she is. And that's my goal. Yeah. Seriously, like the first time I have anybody come on here, and then the next time we come on, now we're talking about your beats, your, you know, why do you think this is happening here? And you know what I'm saying? So I think it's been great. I do want to ask though, where can we find you on social media?
Oh, y'all can find your girl Laywills. That's LAYWILLS on all music platforms and all social media platforms at Laywills. That's Facebook, that's YouTube, that's TikTok, that's Instagram.
Everything.
Do
you have a Linktree, or do you use Linktree or something like that?
I use Linktree when I'm dropping something.
Okay.
So yeah, smart. To cater to you know, like a specific release.
Okay. What is your favorite social media platform?
My favorite is Instagram.
Home? Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I feel like because Instagram saw me before the rap, and so they kind of really got to see the journey of not only me as a rapper, but me as a Leia.
The journey, yeah. And I mean, I don't want to bring it up, but I remember saying off camera that, like, you know, everybody wants to see everything. So how are you learning to balance that?
Just record everything. Everything is footage.
You're like, so you just kind of like just sucked it up and.
I did. One thing about me though, I just keep like certain moments still personal. Like my family is still personal. You know, yeah, you know, they don't really want the limelight. They just supporting me. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of stuff I keep private, but I did have to learn a way to balance what I'm doing because I realized that I can't give people the you know, rewarding moments and then they don't even understand how I got there.
That's the part.
You know, it's hard for people to support something that they can't see. So I started giving them more.
That's cool because I think you're doing a great job since I've met you because I've seen you about 4 or 5 times, which is rare because I do not sit on my phone. Like I forgot what it's like to watch memes and stuff like that.
That's
like,
good. That means you're busy.
No, but it's like now I'm like, I guess. But I do want to ask, like, how do you feel about, you know, your whole journey and everything you got going on? When you see this in about like 5 years, what is something that you wish you could tell yourself?
Oh, girl, that you can keep going and it's not too late. I feel like sometimes when a moment doesn't work out exactly the way that I may have planned, I'll tell myself, oh my gosh, that moment's over, it's never gonna come again, I missed it. No, like that's not the case. You just may not have been meant for that moment, but there's something coming that's greater and bigger if you keep going. So all I want for Lay to do in 5 years is keep going, girl.
And I think you are. I think by the time you're seeing this, you're all over the place. You're on billboards, you're in magazines, because you got a good team. And I barely know, but I can see it. Like you talk, the way you carry yourself, your music. You got a new single coming out.
Yes, I do.
What's the name of it? Because it's kind of bad for me to say. What is it called?
It's called Goon Shit.
Yeah. Definitely going to be on the lookout for that.
Yes.
I did want to ask one or two more questions because I wanted to get a little personal. Not like that level,
no,
but
come on.
like how do you
books.
feel about like mental health for women and stuff like that?
Oh,
like,
you have to take care of it.
Yeah.
It's very, very important. And one thing that I always highlight, you know, when talking about mental health is the fact that like all of us just went through a major life change. COVID did not just disappear when people took off the mask. You know, like I know a lot of people personally, including myself, that went through a lot of life changes and mental changes and learning the new self that the world, you know, made us adjust to, you know. So it's just like understanding that you're not who you were, but you're not finished being who you are either. So you have to just learn your new self in this present moment. Like that's very, very important.
That's a good answer.
Taking time for yourself to learn the new you.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. That's a very good answer.
Yeah.
Which I believe everything happens for a reason, because my next question is, can you always be yourself when you wake up? Which is kind of weird how you see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I just love doing interviews. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a beautiful question.
No, I end it every interview, and you it's just a razzle dazzle. I'm ready to watch it. But no, so how can you be yourself whenever you wake up?
I feel like the way to being yourself is learning yourself. We don't know who we are.
That's the key.
We know who we were. You know who you were yesterday, but you do not know the new you today. Because you may have encountered someone or something that made a shift in you, and now you don't think that way. Now you don't act that way. Now, based off a pattern, the way you attack a situation is going to be different because what you've experienced today. So now you got to wake up in the morning and learn the new you. And go with that and love on her or him. It's okay.
Yeah,
embrace the change,
That's all right. And be yourself. Stop trying to be everybody else. Because you know what I'm about to say in the next 10 seconds. But it's been beautiful. Thank you, Lay Wills. I almost said her name wrong, but I'm not gonna say it wrong because it's Lay Wills, the one and only, the legendary Lay Wills.
Can I clap with you?
Go for it.
Okay.
Redo.
Even the glasses came on. It was perfect.
Thank you, Lay Wills. And I'm excited to not just see you in the next month, but see you the next year in the progression.
Yes.
And then bring you back and we talk about what's been going on and the trial and error and everything, the ups and the downs. So
I'm ready to share it all. And I thank you
too.
as well for just giving us a platform when we can like take a step away from the artistry and just go back into like the certain things that made us, thank you.
Sorry, it's kind of, I just didn't want you.
That made us, who we are. Like I haven't thought about my elementary and middle school in a long time.
Dig in there.
You never know. I might go home tonight and make a song about it. Like, it's just,
hey, that's the goal though. Like I really want people to think about this, because if we learn to just start from the basics and why we have this trauma, or why we're lying, why we're stealing, why we're drinking so much, it's because of that time period. Yeah. And it sounds rude, but like we don't dig that deep into it because we know that's personal. But I still want it to come to a little light. Because when you boom, and now everybody can look to see where you're from. And I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's really beautiful. And I appreciate you for taking time out to come here. And then your trip back to LA, I hope it's beautiful. Thank you. You go harder than you ever have. Because if you're not going to do it, no one else would. No one else is. I love every single one of you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed day when you see this. Stay true to yourself. And I'll repeat it again. The only one who's going to achieve the dreams you want to do is you. Nobody else. You got to get up every single day and you got to chase your dreams. Stop trying to do what they're doing or live their dream, and live your own dream. Love you guys. Henry 63, Lay Wills. Love you guys. Peace.